Good news! If you are a Blues fan, you won a game in the series. You have officially made this a series through 3 games played. We're welcoming you to Game 4. Carey Price on the verge of a 900 save percentage. It could be a splink one way or the other that affects that save percentage in a positive or negative value. As for the bad news for St. Louis, for the Blues, I have great news for you, for the Habs, for you Habs fans. Look at it. Look at it. Number 77 has the puck. Yeah, he's in the lineup. He's back. He broke his leg in the regular season. He has the shot on goal. Victor Hedman, welcome to the Stanley Cup playoffs. He didn't waste any time shooting that puck. And we've been without Victor Hedman for the entire playoff run to this point. Does it feel like, if you're St. Louis, that that's almost like a series over kind of thing? It's a series over kind of vibe? That you see Victor Hedman welcomed back to the lineup for the Canadiens? That just has to feel like certain doom to your playoff series and your Stanley Cup hopes. But not all is lost. I felt like we were a team capable of winning the previous game the first game we played here in St. Louis, the first game on the road in the series, and we did not. That's a big play. We avoided a goal, and I would have been fine with a penalty. I thought we were going to take a penalty on that play as we dove out. The Blues maintained the possession in the zone here. LeBlanc, finally it squirts out the center, and that's a word you probably won't hear me use too often, squirt. In the context of this commentary, shot, deflection, rebound, Pacioretty puts that on hot to the pad of Jaro Halak, who makes the save. Multiple ones indeed. Stick lift on Jaskin, successful. You know he's going to cut back looking for help, and he has friendly options, but none were available with that pass. It was not so clean. What happened back there? I saw a Blues defenseman skate all the way back toward the net of Halak. Price leaves it for Severson. I wish he wouldn't have. I would have preferred the cover. And I'm not even sure if the goaltender would cover the puck outside the goal crease. I'm not even sure if you should be allowed to cover the puck. I'm pretty sure you can cover the puck outside the blue paint. I don't even know the rule on that, which makes me feel really dumb as a passionate hockey fan, that I have no clue if the goalie is, and as a goaltender myself, by the way, as a beer league goaltender myself, I have no clue if you're allowed to cover it. Well, we're going to find out right now if you can cover it outside the blue paint, as Halak does indeed do just that to prove my point. But this is a video game, and let's be honest, rules could be interpreted completely different, and often are interpreted a little bit different in the video game. Goaltender interference, for example, is interpreted strangely in this game. In fact, I've scored goals on this exact playoff run that we are currently experiencing that I would have called back for goalie interference. There's some goals that we've scored that I would not have counted. Oh, that's interference. We're going to get a power play. A frustrated Roman Polak. He has choice words with the referee as he skates over to the penalty box cubicle of shame, and he shall sit there. Hopefully it's actually, ideally, it's a short-lived experience in the cubicle of shame because we score on the power play. Take as much time as we need, though, on this power play. Don't rush it. Of course, we're going to take plenty of time because Pavelski is going to clear this the full distance on the ice off the back of the net from Victor Hedman. He's got to figure, and that's a missed pass. Got to figure out how to work on this power play with Ryan Murphy. I'm not sure why Hedman's paired with Murphy on the power play. Did I? Oh, no, I did. I set it up that way. I take that back. I had to edit the lines before I jumped in the gameplay. We're having a tough time. I'm sorry. Who has the power play right now? Us or them? Oh, this is awful. This is bad. This is really bad. This is not a good sign for this team. We wasted 60 seconds in our own zone on the power play because we couldn't figure out how to handle it. Back to the point. Murphy, shot. Low to the stick, save. Pass down for Ming, trying to spread out the love a little bit here. Hedman, don't waste time shooting that puck. He hit the crossbar. Just that close. We have missed the presence of the great 77 on the ice and on the power play. This is a better replay angle. My goodness, inch close to making it a 1-0 lead and on the power play from Victor Hedman. You've missed that one-time bomb on the blue line altogether in all situations, but especially on the power play. I'm going to slap this. It's an indirect off the boards. It's actually out of reach from everyone, including LeBlanc and whoever was working on this penalty or on this power play with him. I believe it would be Pacioretty. Duchesne leaves it for Subban. That was not such a wise choice. Sharp flings it wide. We've seen that the Blues have given us about all that we can handle. They're a great contest for us in this series. Subban, wrister, blocked. Keep pressure on in the attacking zone. They've done it to us in this game and the series. Formidable opponent, the St. Louis Blues. How come we end up chasing these games against these really good opponents in the Stanley Cup final? It takes this long for us to begin chasing a game. Should that be a drag? Skate to stick move, and it goes to Duchesne, looking for teammates, the option. Down low off the boards. Pacioretty can play it. Back to the point, Subban. Swing to Dumoulin. He'll take another shot. Goal! But I'm unsure. Why would this be waved off? That went in clean, no? The arena has fallen. Deathly silent at the Scott Trade Center. The silence is awkward. You could almost say the silence is deafening from the Blues crowd. I mean, it is dead quiet in here. Why is it so quiet? It's a goal. It's a good one. It's the deflection from Louis LeBlanc. And now the crowd gets back into it. They let us know all about it with some boos raining down toward the ice surface. It got so eerily silent after that goal. They were like, oh, wait a minute. We had all these good possessions to begin the game and we can't take the lead. Chalmerson with a tight turn. Backdoor. Eller almost on the doorstep. Made it almost a 2-0 lead for the Canadiens. I want an inside the net view of the way Halak kept the puck out of the back of the net on this save. Great eyes by Chalmerson. He had his head up the whole time, didn't look down at the puck. Made a nice move to get space to the outside. There's the feed in front. It was Ty Ratty, the forward, that was basically playing defense on that possession. So someone out of position on that play. Not sure why you got a forward playing effectively defense. I didn't mean to drag that behind and then back offside. PK Subban by he has a huge lead in the hits column, in the hit totals column for the play. I mean, it's not even close. If it was a race, he would have already finished the race. Everybody else is just second place is just now crossing the finish line. Subban's been sitting there. He's been, sipping on Gatorade and eating hot dogs. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. Demurnis, we need a good defensive possession here. And we do. Poked off, drop pass, and they miscommunicated on that drop pass. Price will cover. Probably the wisest thing we can do. Seeing the AI get a little creative with it, that was pretty ditzy. Look at this. Watch. No, this is the hit from Perron. I don't know where that possession was. That possession happened a long time ago, did it not? I don't even remember that play. I really don't. Like I said, man, I got the memory of a goldfish. I can forget things almost as soon as they happen, which is probably a good thing, being that, like I said, I am a beer league goaltender. Certainly not at any high level. And it's probably a good thing that I do have that goldfish-like memory. You have to. Especially as a goaltender. As soon as you get scored on, you just want to forget about it immediately. I don't dwell on anything that happens to me. That's a penalty. Victor Hedman, he welcomes himself back to the lineup with a penalty, the first one of the game by the Canadiens. At least we don't have a slow start to this game. We got the lead. We're ahead of the game. We're making St. Louis now chase this game. However, you can't go take stupid, stubborn penalties like that. I know it's been a long time. Hedman's tired of being on the injured list and watching games from the press box without being able to be out there and help his team. But that doesn't help the team right now. He's just got to remember exactly how to play hockey with this squad. Marchand wasted no time. That was a bad giveaway by the goaltender. And imagine if he was out of position in the net and we were able to fire that back on. There's a hook coming to Damon Severson. Two are about to be in the box for the Canadiens. Both defensemen as well. A penalty killer in Hedman and a penalty killer, obviously, in Dumoulin. Or Severson. I'm sorry, I got my defensemen mixed up. Damon Severson. Dumoulin is 11 and Severson is 8. At least here in Montreal, they are. That's not their age. They're not. That's not age. Sometimes they play like it, but it's not age. That's the jersey numbers. This is going to be tough because this is a big penalty kill situation. I don't even have to say that. What are the Blues doing at the point on the power plays? I've seen them muff that up multiple times this evening. We're out of that. Okay, Schwartz, you suck. How do you miss that? Wide open goal, 5-on-3. This feels like a penalty kill that we were going to inevitably get scored on, and there it is. So you can't take penalties to begin with against St. Louis. This is just too good of a team. You definitely can't go down by 2 men on the ice surface to create a 5-on-3 because the advantage is going to make you pay. Now, I got to say this is Price's fault. Watch Price. Well, it's not Price's fault. It is Price's fault, and it's not his fault. He was screened, so he didn't know where the puck was. But the shot came in one direction, and he slid in the complete other direction. And he slid before the shot even got to him. So I don't really know what the whole strategy was there with our goaltender, Carey Price. Marchand loses the puck. Oh my goodness, friendly deflection in front of Halak for Matt Duchene and the Canadiens, but not quite enough of a friendly bounce to get that into the back of the net and grant us the lead for the second time in this game. So Blues tie it, that's crucial. They played a really decent game 3. Did we dominate? I'm trying to remember game 3 and this is how I get with these games. Like I said this before. I play the game, I do the recording, and then I often just forget about what happened in the previous altercation between these two teams. Now, that was a nice play by Victor Hedman. So are we looking teammates off? Because everyone went on a change. My God, I should do that more often with Brad Marchand. Do that one-on-one, 1-on-2. Backdoor, saved by Price. I'm going to let Ming have a go at this. And we'll do the same thing. A nice stutter step move by Ming. Windmill. He's starting to get crafty out there with it. That puck is taken away by Pietrangelo. So the penalty kill at least knocked off the second penalty that was taken on that as part of that 5-on-3. The backdoor chance for Tarasenko, who had a multi-goal game in the previous one in game 3. Looking to score on the backdoor. I didn't mean to skip the replay of whatever we were gonna look at there, but it's too late now. I pressed the button. Get on the boards for me. Get on the boards. That's why you got to be on the boards. You cannot break the puck out. I'm not sending the puck up the middle. Absolutely not. On a breakout in the D zone, I'm not throwing the puck up the middle. There is too much risk involved. That hits the outside of the cage. Jalmerson floated. This should become an icing. Pollock is the fastest man to this. It's an easy icing for the Blues. I got to plug in the controller, but I'm going to wait until the intermission because the battery is low on this apparently. I thought I charged it sufficiently in the last gameplay because I had the same issue in the last gameplay. I'm going to saucer that, and that's why I don't send it up the middle at all. That's why. Well, that's fine. That works like a dump in. I didn't mean to press the pass button an extra time, but it's fine. Because we don't need to change now. We've given the Blues a green light here. Perron, rebound, swept away, played to the boards by, I want to say this is my fourth line. Is that Kohlberg? It goes out the other side. We're having a mare of a situation on the ice right now. Anytime we get hemmed in the D zone against this Blues team, this is the one team that has made me. They have basically forced me to change the way I want to play, especially defensively. This Blues team they play that way. That whatever we come out with, this stock strategy that we play with, it does not work for this team against St. Louis. That was a little extreme on the violent side of things, but that's okay. Severson, D to D. I act like my team doesn't put out the punishing blows as well. Physically speaking, in this series, we're going to go after Shattenkirk with the pressure. Well, what was the plan on that? And then we will throw a violent hit of our own from Louis LeBlanc. He's harassed again by Laxell, the man he just took off the puck. Schwartz dodges a hip check with that move, but then loses the handle. I'm going to just shoot it. Okay, well, he played it to himself. Maybe he knew what he was doing. That was a really intelligent play. Dogged by Shattenkirk. I'm waiting for teammates. All the while, twisty spin off of the boards. Duchene handles, still has possession. Shooting. It floats into Halak. That was a weird possession. Knocked down Duchene. Strong ball picked off by Halak. Big save with the glove at 10 seconds to go in the period. Horrible turnover. You're lucky that the shooter was a right-handed shot on the right side of the rink on that one-timer. Perron shoots 5-hole. Deliberate 5-hole chance from number 57, David Perron. hoping to catapult the Blues into a comeback in this series, maybe a Stanley Cup victory. We're trying to prevent a Stanley Cup victory for these St. Louis Blues. We're going to give them way too much space, but Yaskin has brought it in a little prematurely on the offside. 4.3 to go in the period. If we just win it, we can basically dump it down the ice free of charge, but it doesn't matter. The period is over. And now I get to plug the controller in, maybe make a few adjustments. I would say that we're going to stick with what we got right now. We're puck side attack, so I'm going to stick with it. And defensively speaking, we're using a staggered D strategy. I'm not going to change anything. I want my first line and my first D pair to get out there to begin period 2, actually start sending a message and begin commanding this game. We lost command of the game on that power play goal. Strong first period by both squads in this game. I have to give it up to St. Louis, and they did outshoot us, by the way. They had 13 shots to our 11. I thought it was a very promising first period for us. We were properly aggressive. Oh, yes. I tried that drag move to pull the goaltender off the angle. It just didn't work by Matt Duchene. That I told you before we went into intermission, I want my first line and first D pair go out, make something happen on the first shift. Duchene almost did. He gets a breakaway, the first of the game. Hopefully not the last of the game. If you get a breakaway, you really got to make it count. Subban shoots. Deflection, I want to say, by Duchene. I think he had a hand in that, in tipping that. That was knocked down by Marchand. We've done a great job of knocking these passes down as the Blues attempt to escape the zone. Price out of midair, gloves it down. Duchene helps out at center. So Duchene gained the line. There's the interchange with Marchand, who was not a one-timing availability there. Hedman blocked and out of play. Huge block to step in front of that. Joe Pavelski, the Victor Hedman rip, took it square off the body. It deflects out of play. We'll get a face-off. And we've got some organ music, all too rare. You know, you really need to... I just don't hear the organ at hockey games anymore in the real world. The organ needs to be a thing at games again. Rebound. We're fighting for it. Berglund comes away. Knocked down Ming. There's a loose handle. There's a punch deke. Straw maul. Poke checked off the puck by Halak as well. So the creative juices flowing for the Habs. The physical juices flowing for Subban, but it's Ty Ratty making it a 2-1 game for St. Louis. We took the body. We were out of position. They made a pass right as we took the body too. Shattenkirk dishes off for Ratty. Instant release on the wrist shot. I mean, as soon as it's on the blade, it's off the blade. And that one gets past Carey Price. Big Selly as well from Ty Ratty. He enjoyed scoring that goal. Big moment in the Stanley Cup final. Catapults the Blues into the lead. I'm a little nervous about this because, I mean, it's... Oh, God. Damon Severson's having a real one right now. Oh, my God. Just get it out of the zone. That's fine with me. We'll fly it down there. Will it become an icing? Polak. Not quite an icing for us against the Blues, and we tripped up. I want to say... Oh, man, who's wearing 13 here? Patrick Sharp. Was that Sharpie? Not a good penalty. And yes, that's Patrick Sharp. We continued the trend from the last game as well. Remember, it was wasn't it penalty after penalty in the last game where we just couldn't stay away from the stick infractions, which kept the Blues in the game. They scored, by the way. The Blues scored like the first play off of overtime. So we didn't get into overtime very long before the Blues took victory. We should have been the team. It felt like St. Louis was... From what I remember, it just feels like St. Louis was pretty lucky to escape Game 3 with a victory. I just want to throw this down the rink because I see an opening. I can get it down there clean. We just need to believe in our forecheck, which we do right now. That was a good effort from Brad Marchand. Lovely effort. Hedman, who's really done no wrong in his return, except for one penalty. Duchene. Oh, man, that was nice. Now Hedman plays it away from the pressure. Slides it along to Tamernis. Down low. It's a penalty kill, so just really more about killing time than anything else. To the point. Shot. Oh, my God. I felt that through the television screen. I'm so sorry. Matt Duchene, who was involved out there. Sukai Ming takes his place on the ice. He won't be standing in the way of a Victor Hedman slap shot. That was a big body or a big hip check there on the boards. Ming airlifted right down the rink. In fact, this will be played on a hop by Halak. Face-off will snow shower the Blues goaltender. D-zone face-off coming up for St. Louis. So Halak, if nothing else with that was a clean play to clear the zone. If nothing else, we get a face-off. We get an opportunity to maybe set something up. That was a nice sequence for Duchesne. Just couldn't get the goal. You would have just added another one to his highlight reel tallies for his career in the GM mode. We've had plenty of those from Duchesne. We're going to... Okay, Hedman, I don't think he was expecting such a hard pass there. So, in all fairness, good pressure on Berglund, but, you know, you got to play heavier than that if you're Ming. You got to play a little heavier than that. Pacioretty, great pressure on the forecheck, just really aggressive on the forecheck. I like to see that. Skate in hard, go right at the puck carrier. Don't give him time, don't give him space. Ming, speaking of no time, space here, Ming shrugs off contact, skates in, fires, but it was deflected at the last moment to keep that shot away from Jaro Halak in the net. The forecheck is doing wonders with the 2-3 setup. Subban forces the dump in, Hedman to retrieve. It's a little slow. It's a bit of a slow retrieval. I just had to go puck shield with it. Make sure we don't turn the puck over in the D zone. Pacioretty, the pull-up move inside the blue. Great hesitation. Pacioretty shoots, but blocked. So I'm figuring out little ways that we can create space against the Blues. I was committed to a body check, and I pulled up at the last moment to avoid Steen after he had gone offside. They would have not enjoyed seeing that happen after the whistle. Tough break from Ming because he made that play happen with perseverance in the corner. He basically puck shielded it. The Blues want the cup. Well, you can actually make that chant now, but I mean, I wouldn't be feeling it since you're still trailing in the series. I wouldn't be feeling it really well right now. There's a lot of series left to go, of course. Backdoor Kohlberg, is it saved? It was a VH save by Jaro Halak. Defenseman penching. Severson. That pass stretches the ice, but he runs into Termernes. I believe that's Perron. It was. Back to center ice. LeBlanc is on a headman charge after this puck. He steams in after it. LeBlanc kicks it further along. He's going to play it. Steen. Sharp away for the Blues at center. Misses the pass. Murphy tries to clap at it. Sharp was the first man to it. Back as we give them a great bounce. And now because of that, well, the Blues played it all the way back into their own end on a missed pass back toward the point. Long stretch past the back as defense needed to be there. We were with it. Big save way out in the white ice. Carey Price with a massive save on David Backes. After we failed that play defensively, we have been letting these guys stretch the rink on the breakout passes. There's a very easy solution, by the way, to all of this, but it feels cheap. I could go to a 1-3 or a 1-4 trap, a 1-3-1 or a 1-4 trap, but that feels cheap. So I'm going to prevent myself from doing that for the time being. But I mean, if I get into must-win scenarios and I have the lead, I will pull out all the stops to make sure that we can claim a victory. Eller, back to the point, Hedman. Just got to see what space is available. That's finally held at the blue line. Wow, it reached the net. The Subban shot, get out of the way. Like we saw earlier, we witnessed with the, was it Hedman that shot it? What is this after the whistle? And there's never any penalty on the AI, but I get called for it. I slash a guy after the whistle, and I get called a penalty for that, but not the AI against me. Both Kamayev and Hjalmarsson, they had an in-sync jump. And I'm not talking about NSYNC, the boy band. I'm talking about they were actually in sync when they jumped. Synchronized jumping on the ice. Those two operate on the same wavelength in their brains. Wow, Dumoulin's up like a forward. Slide into that, Pacioretty. Oh, it just out of reach. That was a nice play, though. I don't know what it is. I'm just seeing the ice really well tonight. I feel like I am. Dumoulin, skate to stick, deflection in. Yeah, Marchand didn't get his feet moving. And by the time you see Roman Polak, you're like a deer in headlights. I mean, that was a death sentence for Brad Marchand on that. Poor Marshy. Come on, Dumoulin. What are we doing here? I don't know if that deflected Holland. It jumps the stick of Holland. It was right there, tripping penalty on Holland. Game is unraveling a little bit for us. Remember that we're not tied in this game anymore as well. We do not have a second goal in the game. We need to get one. The Blues trying to extend the lead 3-1. If they can get a goal on this power play, they're up on it now because of Holland. The trip, skate sticking to the skates of Pietrangelo. Man, my commentary really just went to hell in a handbasket on that one. I just stumbled over. I basically had a stroke mid-commentary, didn't I? Price. Oh, my God. So dangerous. Kicked up the boards. Blues keep it in. And LeBlanc would have to stumble. Let's see if he can still get to this first stick lift. That was nice. It'll kill time at the very least. Knocked down by Ming. Of course, we're not going to get to it either. We don't have, the game's not favoring us with any of these loose pucks. All of these plays are just happening for St. Louis right now. Oh, man. Watch your positioning. What a stupid goal. Oh, what a stupid goal. Get out of town. We have struggled with the Blues ever since we have arrived in St. Louis. I tried to get out in front of the net as well with Subban. You see, I realized my mistake. I didn't think that Berglund would score such a soft goal on the short side. Carey Price, that goal is softer than the Play-Doh that I enjoyed eating when I was a kid. That's really bad. That's a bad goal for any goaltender. Duchesne backdoor. Oh, he was tied up. I had Pacioretty. I'm pulling out all the fancy stops. Now into the glove. Saved by Halak. We need one. We need that next goal. We really need that next goal. I needed that play that we set up to the back door of Max Pacioretty. He just couldn't get the stick on it. So now I'm going to kind of micromanage this. What's nice for me and for my team, we've gotten Victor Hedman back. So I can kind of spread the skill out defensively on the blue line with Damon Severson. He was playing on my top pair with Subban with the injury to Hedman, but now we can put Damon Severson back here on the second D pair with Tamernis. That's a really solid D pair. This D-core is really good. We have a really, with Hedman in the lineup, we have a way more impressive D-core. It just bolsters the lineup so much more, and here you see it from Damon Severson, number 8, on the ice playing with Tamernis. That's going to be played up to the blue line. Bouwmeester had the game winner. I'm happy to take whistles when we can get one. If it feels like it's getting out of hand, I will definitely take a whistle. Tamernis does not like Patrick Sharp. And I'm going to go back to that second D pair. This is a D-zone face-off. We're going to have to be really careful with this. I'm going to trust Matt Duchesne as my center. He has to win the face-off. So we do. We win it with the skate. That was a really awkward play because the winger, Brad Marchand, came in to get that nice move, though, to break it out. Never again, though. Nice play. Pacioretty looking for it. There is no option. We'll go over to Severson. He's going to just barely bring it in offside. So much for that possession. So second line. I'm going to start, I'm telling you, my first line and my second line are going to get a lot of ice time. And then as far as the defensemen go, that first D pair is going to get a ton of ice time in the rest of this game. We're more than halfway through the game now. It's just time for you guys to start eating a lot of ice time. And Hedman, you're fresh. He is fresh. He is so fresh. He is like a dryer sheet you put in the laundry. Fresh. I don't even know where I went with that commentary. What a shot. Good luck catching up to that one. Good luck even seeing it. It's a blur coming in. The red metal, very friendly indeed for Victor Hedman. Welcome back to the playoffs. 1 game and 1 goal. I talked about having that skill to spread out all over the defensive side of the puck. We got it there with Hedman. He missed bad. He cranked that one way over the net. Cutback move. It's a tight turn and a missed pass back towards Subban. Hedman's going to take his time retrieving. We want to make sure that we set this up correctly. Subban looking. What a perfect pass right on the tape of LeBlanc. That was lovely. What a save as well by Halak. So now you can see the Canadiens. There's a little bit more juice in those legs following the Hedman goal. He's going to walk the blue line. Hedman turns and fires. There was definitely net. I just say let Hedman be a man unleashed on these offensive zone possessions. Duchesne leaves it for Marchand. The save on the blocker. This was probably the most heated possession we've had offensively since the series has shifted to St. Louis. Reverse behind me. Pacioretty. Reverse back up the boards. There's Duchesne in waiting. Puck shield. Help from Pacioretty was coming. We can't get caught behind the net or below the goal line. Jump on that Marchand. He had it. That's frustrating. We would have had basically a breakaway. And they have continued to misplay the puck back toward their own blue line. There is a lot of miscommunication going on with the Blues forwards and their defensemen. Apply pressure at the red line. Absolutely. That's a great way to apply neutral zone pressure. We're all over it. There are no easy passing lanes for the Blues. Okay, we're just going to fly by that puck. Jalmerson. Oh my goodness. That was such a dumb play. Okay, that was really I was going to play that off the glass and out to center ice because we're running out of period and we were getting hemmed in. I saw the pressure was coming quickly and he still got bowled over. You just didn't want to make a mistake with the puck and we still made one. We took a penalty. It's a forward flipping it out of the play in the D zone. Delay of game, Simon Jalmerson. We need a penalty kill in the worst way possible here. Blues have gotten 2 of their goals tonight on the power play. Obviously not a good sign for the penalty killers. And for what remains of this game, we're going to go into the third period here of regulation play with a 3-2 lead for the Blues. Lucky to cut into that lead. But the job is not done. We just got to get it tied. It just starts with 1. Get it tied. That's the main focus for me. That is my mantra going into the next period. Get the next goal. Minimize the mistakes. Minimize the soft goals, please, if you're Carey Price. And let's see a lot more of Victor Hedman in this game. Okay, Victor Hedman, you have the green light. Shoot the puck. You got the puck on your stick. Shoot it. You got the puck behind the goal line. Shoot it. Just shoot it. I don't care where it is. It's just got to be on net. Preferably in the back of the net. We pick up off the penalty kill that we left off from the second period of play. Unfortunately, Simon Jalmerson flipped the puck, airlifted it, turned it into a quick... That puck turned into a souvenir super quickly off the stick blade of Simon Jalmerson. Go! What are you waiting for, Ming? Just take the puck. Take it to the big house. I'm going to do this. Shoot. He didn't shoot. Back to the point. Yep, I told you, Victor Hedman. Bobble save. LeBlanc batted out of midair. It was played off the bounce on the ice surface there by LeBlanc. Pavelski, rink wide. Shot. Save with the blocker from Price. Going at Pavelski. Big physical play. Deflection. There it is. Tarasenko, 4-2 game. We are now big time chasing the game. I talked about not giving up the next goal. We did exactly that. We took the penalty. 14 on the playoffs for Tarasenko. And who's to say that he is done yet? Well, we're gonna need a power play at some point in the game. I'd like to make that one count if we ever get one. I'm gonna start rolling out first line and first D pair a lot. We're offside. I'm sorry. Why did we not collect that pass to begin with? First D pair, get on the ice. This is probably not a good idea with the neutral zone face-off. Hedman and Subban probably need to rest for a second, catch their legs, but there's not going to be a lot of time to catch your legs in a third period like this. It's desperation time for the Habs. So I'm just going to do my little saucer. That worked out perfectly. Okay, well, no, it didn't. I'm so sorry. My God, I don't know what I'm thinking. Hedman, I told him he's going to have like 20 shots by the time this game's over if he gets enough opportunities. Yeah, Subban, not Hedman. Here it is. Oh, wait. Okay, Subban, interchange with me, Hedman. Hedman, go. Oh my God, no one's moving around at all. No one's getting their legs moving. Marchand, there it is. He just fanned on it. Jalmerson, yeah, okay, what the hell was that? Come at me, son. Yeah. I got seconds for you, David Backes. I got seconds. Now Hedman and Backes are really jawing at each other after that hit. Hey, he skated at me. He doesn't want a piece. He found out he didn't want a piece. That was an unfortunate play for Pacioretty. I played the puck. I saucered it into an open area. He did a cutback move to pick it up, and Steen had none of it. So, by the way, an AI player took this penalty. It's just, this is oh my God. This game is way too long right now. This game is being played way too long. I don't know what to tell you. We just have the worst defensive breakdowns at the worst possible times. I don't have a clue. I don't know how to get a clue. This whole team needs to get a clue. It's just one of those games, man. Unless we can pot 3 quick ones, Halak looks like he's on another level tonight. Unless we can pot 3 quick ones, there's just no way. I'm going to change my neutral zone strategy as well. If we get a goal, I'll change my neutral zone strategy. But it begins with not taking any more dumb penalties. Drag, shoot. Save by Halak. Everything goes on net. So I got a new strategy here for everyone. First line, get on the ice. Overload is fine with me. First line's going to see so much ice time. It's going to be first and second line. Fourth line's going to be almost non-existent for the remainder of this period. Face off again. First line, stay out there. First D pair, get on the ice. And we're in an aggressive face-off setup because we're full attack now. Not winning those face-offs. These are times where we have to win face-offs, especially in the attacking zone. The game is starting to run thin, and so is my patience with my team. It's starting to really run thin. Go, Patch, ready. Please hit him in stride. We did. Shoot, but blocked. Okay. I'm going to have to just go into full focus mode. Victor Hedman, shot. I mean, he's really been close. I know that he missed the net, and he's missed the net quite a few times in this game. Freaking... Shane just needed to get out of the way and just let Hedman have the rip. Let him have a rip out there. I hope these guys are conditioned for it. I hope Hedman, my first line, I hope these guys are all conditioned for this. Because, I mean, they're going to get so much time on the ice. Go, LeBlanc. You got to go play physical. Get the puck back. If you want a chance at this game, you got to get the puck back. Ming, stay on side. I'll drop it to you if you figure out where the hell you want to go. Ming, you got to be tougher than that. You got to shrug that contact off. Tarasenko, not in my house today. Well, I mean, I know this is St. Louis, but no. Hell, this has been Tarasenko's house. He's been a beast since we got back to St. Louis. Ming, blocked. Yep. It's a frustrating game, but, you know, we've had crazy comebacks in this playoff run. We're not completely out of this. I really desperately need... My first and second line are gassed. I got to skate with this. I was going to pass it. I got to skate with Severson so we can turn it over toward the net. Yep, rebound. Jalmerson, don't pass up a chance to score a goal, please. All right, what can I do? I'm just going to get my first line out there. Just get my first line right back out there. Just get him back out there. Broken stick, you suck. We missed the pass, really. Oh my God, no way, Duchesne. I didn't need to ice that puck with my tired first line getting on the ice. But anyway, first D pair, first line. Go out there and do some more. I feel like Hedman could have done more damage offensively than he has so far. He's been inch close. Get on the boards, go. Let's go. Full attack mode. Wow. Oh, and then we just give it away. If we take a penalty, we take a penalty. We got to be hard on the puck. We got to be aggressive with our sticks. Get the freak off me. Severson, shot. Oh, that's a good shot. That was a great shot. Really well placed. Just no dice. Crazier comebacks have happened in the GM mode. We need that icing, so we'll take it. We need it. So, Ming and my first D pair. There's Hedman. Ming, you got to win this. Ming, 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 Ming. Yes. Okay. And turn. It's a damn shame that Hedman has missed the net more than he has hit the net. That's a big part of the problem. He's got such a great shot, but he's just not... He's not putting it where it needs to go. That broken leg has really affected him. Well, we're going back home, tied 2-2. Can't say we didn't try. There's no comment. I don't have a comment. Price has been a bit of a leaky one tonight as well. He's had a couple of soft goals in this game. It's been a bad night all the way around. Third line is going to see a little bit of ice time here. There's the turnover. Bad penalties, bad decision making tonight. Hedman drawing back in was clearly not enough. There's just nowhere to go. And now Jalmerson's really he's getting pissed off. He's trying to start it up with the Blues here. Well, you canceled the guy out there, Subban, but it did you a lot of good, didn't it? We came out, we decided we were going to play this whole third period just sitting back on our asses. What a goal by Jalmerson. I'm glad you scored that one. Go celebrate. Yeah. What a goal, man. Chris Paul cuts the lead. Great goal there, Jalmerson. Way to go, man. Where was that all night? He's fired up, man. He knew he needed to score that goal. He had that delay of game penalty. He made up for it with that goal. He got back in the coach's good graces. Oh, why is my fourth line on the ice? Watch, I'm going to laugh my ass off. My fourth line goes out and immediately scores a goal, cuts the lead. We cut the lead in half now, 6-3 game. It would be even closer if Carey Price wasn't such a klutz in the net for this game. Oh, I almost set that play up perfectly. Stay on the boards, Holland. Go. Wreck some fools. Get out there. Play physical. Make these guys regret that they have to face you in this series. We haven't done that. We haven't struck any fear into this Blues team. I knew they were going to be coming out changing. Shot toward the blocker side. LeBlanc. Wow, that was a neat spin move. Drop past Severson. Shot toward the net, but it's way off. Tamertis, you didn't need to slide all the way down there, but whatever. Not like we're going to come back in this game. And LeBlanc is... He's a freaking fidget spinner on the ice. Yeah, Duchesne didn't even attempt to win the face-off. That's good. Yeah, it's a loss. It's a lost cause. This game's a lost cause. Hopefully the series is not a lost cause as well. I mean, it's just a new series now. We're all square at 2. After 4 games in, we're square at 2. We just got to go back home and do what we do best. Win hockey games at the Bell Center. We sure as hell can't win it in St. Louis. So it's a good thing we got home ice. Just go finish Perron off. I mean, he really did. Just got to come out with a different game plan for the Blues. And honestly, this penalty doesn't even bother me. I think we need a different game plan because this will not suffice when we go back to the Bell Center. We can't play like this in Montreal. This Blues team has treated their home crowd to 2 really good games on home ice. We don't have an answer for this team right now. And I don't have a backup goaltender that I can trust or go to. So, you know, with Price having a stinker in this one, I can't just turn to my backup. There's just no move to be made. There's no move to be made around this Blues defense. They're just too good. I thought about it when we saw the series preview. When we previewed the Blues at the beginning of the playoff series, I thought about it. You know, we have never seen a team that is this stacked like St. Louis is. I don't know if we're prepared to play this. And Ming is now jawing at, I want to say that was Pavelski he was jawing at, and the puck is now just sent down the rink. We've basically thrown up the white flag on this game, and now LeBlanc goes at Pietrangelo. Not a fight to be had in this game. What a block by Tamertis, or Dumoulin, I'm sorry. Wrong defenseman. We just can't. We're just losing. Every little fight we're losing. Every little battle. Make it 7-3. Why not? It's just a game that's been dominated by the CPU team. They have just straight dominated us in this. Price has really sucked a big one too. And that's the other part about this. This has just been such a bad game by Carey Price. He's let in some bad goals. And we haven't helped him, I know, by taking some of the dumbest penalties in our lives. You want to fight about it? I want to stir it up with Backus. Oh, I didn't realize I was board playing myself there. That was almost a goal. That was nearly a goal for Kamayev. And you know, I want every piece of this. I want all of it. I want all of it, Hockey Pop. We're going to carry this back to Montreal. Ryan Murphy goal incoming. Nope, we didn't win the faceoff. Get out of my freaking... I can't even play D if you don't get out of my way. I'm just going to skate it with Duchesne. Let's just see what happens. That's what's going to happen in the next game. Get used to it. The puck going in the back of the net off the stick of Matt Duchene. You don't touch Matt Duchene, McRae. This is a poor... oh my God. Oh my good... That was a really crazy fight at the end. Marchand came back in that one. I thought he was going to take out McRae. He landed like 3 straight. It's ticked over. It is ticked over for me. And I mean, it ticked over for Duchene. Had to go straight at him, put it in the empty cage. I don't care. Is Hedman out here? Hedman is out here. Right down the chute, Hedman. Yeah, he has just missed the net way too frequently. I mean, and if we struggle to score more goals than this, if we struggle to keep up with the Blues, I say we just start shooting it from everywhere. I mean, I'm talking about point shots through traffic. Yeah, I did it again. I did it again. I don't care. I don't give a damn, Pietrangelo. I did it again. It's a Stanley Cup final. You might want to get used to it. I can't beat the AI fighting on this difficulty. It's just unfair. But get on to the next play. On to the next sequence. No one cares. I'm dragging this game out way more than it should. This has been a longer episode than it needed to be. And that is the L. We'll see you in Montreal for game number 5. Hopefully that one will end in a Canadiens victory.